All right, welcome everybody to match day two of the World Cup 2026. And to start things off, we have Czechia versus South Africa finishing 1-1. And all I can say with this game is I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. I predicted 1-1. Lord and hold. We got 1-1. So this game, I'm gonna be so for real, next to no quality. South Africa, I've clocked with these guys, they have no brain cells. They have a lack of brain cells, low IQ, but they have fight. They are a warrior team, but that does not dispute the lack of tactical sense that they have. Czechia, on the other hand, oops. Well, okay, my mic just wants to delete that. Czechia, on the other hand, I just think on the ball, on the ground, they are just poor. Me personally, they are just poor. They scored first, obviously, early on, 6 minute, but after that, nothing. And I mean, I did not feel like Czechia were doing anything, and so was South Africa. To be honest, I thought South Africa were poor for the most part. However, I'm gonna highlight Maseko. This guy is genuinely great. The way he's on the ball, his left foot, he's smooth on the ball. His agility is amazing, and he better start the next game as well because he really did bring life into South Africa, and he's the reason why they got the penalty when he shot. Which I'm not gonna lie, it is a dubious penalty. Let's keep it real, guys. It is a dubious penalty. His hands are like this. If you like, that I just don't know. I feel like that is a natural position for a defender when like you're trying to block. It's going to happen, but obviously, hands behind the back is the best case scenario for you, and he didn't do it. So penalty was awarded. South Africa scored with to be fair, is a great penalty from Mokoena, but at the same time, he was poor. Uh, South Africa overall were just poor, and they were lunging into tackles. It was just silly football from South Africa at times. Sometimes it was clicking, but sometimes it was not. Czechia, like I said, nothing really after that goal. They don't deserve to win. So is North South Africa. So a draw is perfectly fine. It's not fine for the table though, because realistically, one of these teams had to, and I mean had to win. Because as you look at the table, we'll get to the Mexico South Korea game. They're both on 1 point. So I will say, to be fair, I can't even say I will say because they're both facing the two best teams in the group. South Africa against South Korea, Czechia versus Mexico. Who knows what's going to happen? I think Czechia might be a bit better in position because Mexico are probably going to rotate. They don't want to risk anything. They're already going to be top of the group, so they might rotate against Czechia, and who knows, Czechia might do the unthinkable, not the unthinkable, but go ahead and beat Mexico, which will guarantee them a place into the round of 32. Yeah, I was going to talk about South Korea, but let me go onto the game of Mexico versus South Korea, which ended Mexico 1, South Korea 0. Now, I didn't watch. How much of the game did I not watch? Like 30 minutes? I think 30 minutes of the game I didn't watch. However, what I will say, South Korea were poor. South Korea was so poor. I think they accumulated how many shots on target? Let me see, how many shots? I feel like it was 2 shots on target, and I think for the most time it was zero. For like 70, 80 minutes, it was 0 shots on target for South Korea. I think it was extremely poor. Extremely poor. And I expected a lot more from South Korea. But I think for the premise of this game overall, you can clearly see that both teams were okay with a draw because they get the draw. Both of them will be on 4 points. They're automatically through to the next round. However, hey, let me tell you something. Unlucky. He made a grave mistake, and it was an easy tap in really for Romo, make it 1-0 to Mexico. And let's call it space. If that didn't happen, then the game would have probably ended 0-0 draw and just been like that. South Korea wrapped up, Mexico wrapped up, automatic round of 32. But Mexico, end of the day, they got the job done. Shout out to Arango with a beautiful save against, I forgot who it was. I think it was one of the bench players, but it was literally a point blank header. And then I'm pretty sure he saves it. Yeah, he does save it. And then like there's a rebound, but the South Korean player was a bit, off-footed. So he shoots it, but not really. But it's still a good save by the keeper to make sure 1-0 is secure for Mexico and make sure that they top the group. Quinones, obviously it wasn't as good as last time, but the guy still looks so composed on the ball. He still looks amazing. I'm not gonna lie, Quinones, shout out to you. I think Alvarez played very good as well. Diving bastard, but he did play well. I just don't. I think Kang and Lee. I think this is why we need to, including me, by the way, including me, not be too reactionary, because I feel like that's what's probably going to happen in the club level, where you're trying to break through and you have Kang and Lee. That's just my stance. But once again, he's had a great game, he's had a poor game. So maybe against South Africa, he clutches up, and I hope he does, because I love seeing ballers shine. But yeah, as we can see from the group, Mexico first place, and Mexico being first place is so crucial, because now that they top the group, the round of 32 game and the round of 16 game, if they make it to the round of 16, will be in Mexico. What's oh my days, why am I always the Azteca Stadium? Sorry, bro, my mind was bugging. It'll probably be in Azteca Stadium, both of the games, I'm pretty sure. So I mean, that's very good for Mexico, extremely good for Mexico. And for South Korea, I'm looking at you guys and I'm thinking, slight panics. Look, and South Africa, sheesh, I think Czechia are the worst team in the group. I think South Africa have something that Czechia don't, but obviously Czechia have the aerial advantage. But I think South Africa, when it comes down to playing football, I think are better than Czechia. I don't think that's a debate. But South Africa are still inferior to South Korea. South Korea should be getting the job done, should not be losing to South Africa. Let's put it like that. Because if that happened, then whoa. By the way, all of this could switch. All of this could absolutely switch. South Korea could end up last. That's how crazy it is. South Korea could end up last, and South Africa could finish second. South Africa could finish third. Czechia could finish second, third, fourth. Like, who knows? This is a very good group. But regardless, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hype, and comment down below. Who do you guys think will come out of this group alive? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.